Hey nerds, Amy here, and today
at Amy's Animal Barn and Pet Co,
we are going to learn how to set up a list in Microsoft Teams
to track pet stays at our dog boarding resort.
Let's nerd out.
Okay, so here we are in a channel within Microsoft Teams, and to add a list to this channel, we navigate to this plus sign and then click lists. As a side note, if you don't see lists here, then you can type it in at the top. Now we are going to click on create a list. And as you'll see here, we have a couple of options. Scrolling down, you will see that there are a ton of different templates already available. For example, we have issue tracking, employee onboarding. So if we click on this template, you'll see we have a lot of cool formatting already available. So if you wanted, you could click on use template, but for the purpose of this video, we are going to create a blank list. So here we will give our list a name. We will also include a description so that the team can see exactly what this list is about. So I'm going to select this teal. So I'm going to select the calendar icon. Okay, so here we are in our list, and the first thing that we are going to do is rename the title. So if we click on the caret and scroll down to settings, navigate to rename. The next item that we are going to add is a reservation number. So if we click on add column and scroll down to number, click next. We will add a name. There is also an option to include a description. If we expand the more options and scroll down, and for the purpose of this video, I'm going to enforce unique values. We shouldn't have two pets under the same reservation number. Okay, so now that our list is coming along, I would like to add our first pet, Rue, and Rue will be reservation number 1. Now let's add our second pet and test out that unique value. So we will add Charles, and if we type number 1 and click save, you will see that we are getting this error message indicating that 1 has already been used. So if we change that to 2, then it lets us go through. The next column that I would like to add will be a photo of the pet. So if we click on add column and scroll down to image, enter their name, and for this one, I would like to make it a required field. So let's toggle that on. One thing that I really like about the required field is that when you already have data in your list, like we do in this instance, and then you add a column to make it required, the list now notifies us that these two items are both missing required information. So we can edit Rue, add this photo. Great. So now we can see that Rue has met that required information. And you'll also notice that there is a little red dot up here. So if we click on this menu, then we can now filter for items that need attention. Alright, so the next column that we are going to add is going to be a check-in date. So we will select date and time, give the column a name, and you'll see there's some options to include the time or a friendly format. Now we are going to add a checkout date. If you are interested in learning how to calculate, check out my link in the corner. Next, we are going to add a person within our company that took the reservation. One thing that I like is that you do have the option to include the profile photos, which just creates a nice visual aspect. I did just want to add that if you want to change the size of the columns, that you can hover the mouse between two columns and adjust it like this. Next, we will add a choice column to track the status of the payment. You will see that there are already some preset choices here. So we can rename these as we like and also update the color. Okay, so I'm happy with those choices and click. Now I would like to add the age of the pet between these two columns. Navigate down to number. The next column that I would like to add will be a text column. to include the size of the pet. I would like to add that if you want to reorder these, then you can simply drag and drop. Let's add our third pet. You will see that some of these are still out of order. Now to edit it, we can select this caret and go edit columns. As a sidebar, if you do not see this option, then you can just open your list in SharePoint. Now you will notice that there are some items that are grayed out, and this means that we are unable to hide these. Now if we did want to hide some columns, then we can simply untick them. But we came here to reorder these, so let's just drag and drop the items that we want. Let's add our third pet, and we will notice that these columns are in the order that we want. Now we need to add information for Rue and Charles, and if we edit in the grid view, then this allows us to add information, simply tab through. So it's really easy, and another thing that I like is that the first column freezes. Okay, so now that we have updated all of our pets, we can see all of the different column types that we have just set up. We are now going to look at two different formatting types. The first one that I would like to show you is data bars. So if we go down to column settings and then format this column, we can select data bars. And data bars are really nice to visually show you how different items vary in size. The next formatting that I want to show you is conditional formatting. So this is the default, and we can just delete that. But here we can say if size is equal to large, then show this as red. So this is really good to show your team if there is an important item that they need to be aware of. The last thing that I want to show you are the different view options. The first one that I want to show you is gallery, and this one is really good if you have a visual, so something like products, or in this instance we have pet photos, and you can just click on the info card here and then edit as needed. Now because this is a schedule, the one that's going to be great for us is a calendar view. So if we click on create new view and select calendar, we can add a title, and there are the two different weekly or monthly options. In this instance, the check-in date and checkout date are not accurate, so we will go like that. And there is some visibility here, so if you did want to hide this from, your organization, then you could toggle this off, but for the purpose of this video, we'll keep it public and hit create. So here we are in the calendar view, and it's really handy because you can get a visual. Another thing that I like is that you can simply drag and drop them as needed, and this will update their info cards appropriately.
Alright, so that wraps up this video, and I do hope that I have helped you discover your inner nerd along the way. If you did find my video helpful, then please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. If you do have any questions, then pop those in the comments below. Alright, thanks for nerding out. We'll see you again.